preventing it with the wingman, breaking him down. It's going to be the bodyguard angled. Boostio! Oh, he delivers. It's tooth and nail in terms of the approach. They just can't quite get themselves into it. And the fight's taken by Valen. He'll step over to the challenge.
Mick standing here with Coach Zix after 100 Thieves takes down G2 Esports on map number 2 on Breeze. I want to dial it back a little bit to your first map pick, which was Bind. Coincidentally, 2 days ago when you faced G2, that was the only map that you had lost 13-8. I'm sure there was a game plan in that being your first map pick. Can you talk to us a little bit about the rationale?
Yeah, I mean, we were definitely very confident. Even watching the VOD back, it's like we made so many simple mistakes and our defense wasn't even close to what it usually is. So we were very confident rematching them, knowing like the antes that they were going to go into it with. And we started a little slow, which was a bit worrying, I'll be honest, but we knew that, you know, once we warmed into it and we fixed some of the fundamentals that we weren't focusing on in the first half, then we were just going to breeze through it, so.
Breeze through it, because we saw you do it on Breeze as well. For now, best of luck on map number 3.
See, that's our Smick. She gets it every time. Look, I mean, yeah, slow start, sure, for 100 Thieves, but once they get going, they really get going, and they really want to rush an operator into Cryo's hands as soon as they can, every map by the
Yeah, whenever they're playing the Jet on defense, they're going for this play. And I want to bring up the first 3 rounds of their defensive side to show you what they're doing in their economy, if we can get that going right here, because it's pretty impressive what they do. So the main important thing here is that Cryo is going to hold on to 400 extra credits. So he doesn't buy any utility. All he actually buys is light armor, and then Asuna is going to drop him a ghost, so he can still fight in this round. But those 400 credits are really meaningful, because even if they lose pistol, even if they lose round 2, you can see they lose the pistol, and Cryo is still full save. Ooh, that's a big one right there. Cryo is still full saving down in that bottom corner. We go into round 3. He still has enough money to get an operator, right? So he gets 1 kill, that's 200 bonus credits. He has 4,900 total gold, so that's going to be an operator and a little gold credits, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and because he gets the kill, that's an added cloudburst on top. 2 kills, and that means
he can afford a ward too. Sick.
Yeah, well, 2 kills and he get a light armor as well instead of going for the cloudburst. But regardless, it means he is guaranteed the operator in round 3, even if he does absolutely nothing in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, it's so important too, because this guy, I think, this year in particular, his defensive hopping has been so valuable. And even against this comp that I think G2, to start that game, did a great job with the Astra of denying him options for those kind of initial kills, those forward lines you want to be taking as a Jet player. In the late round, he was finding a lot of opportunities that built up that buffer for 100 Thieves to come back in the second half.
100%. I mean, I think whenever Cryo gets the op, he's in a different form than he was last year. This year, he's more aggressive with the op. He takes more angles. He takes the space and makes the rest of his team being able to stack another site. There's just so many things that he's doing with the op that he just didn't do last year, and now it's making a huge difference on their defense.
And even beyond just building up the money for him, they're also building up his confidence as that opper to be able to take those risks, to set him up to make those plays that you didn't see before.
We really started to see 100 Thieves run away with the game in the second half. These executes on the A site in the second half, like these A splits looking really, really good. We also saw them, I guess, like run back a similar strategy from their pistol right after it.
Yeah, there was a lot of these rounds where they were going into these late A splits. And I think a lot of the crux of this half was G2 struggling to deal with 100 Thieves mid-control. We saw Boostio getting so much space in that area of the map often, which meant he was calling into these late round splits, most often towards A, a couple back over towards B, and running over the site anchors from G2.
And the play in this that was so devastating was always that jump up onto stairs, fighting deep into backside onto these very deep lines that honestly G2 just didn't seem fully ready for. Like going for a drone in that position when the boost up is an option was really, really risky, and it cost them the round.
Yeah, I think if G2 played a little bit more proactive on their defense like they did on Bind, I think at the start of Bind, they were playing a lot of proactive, really getting the information that they needed to stack towards the correct site. They would have been a lot better on Breeze. But honestly, this game, it seemed like they kind of funneled into like this kind of passive style.
Yeah, and it is a bit of a worrying trend because that's 2 maps now where 100 Thieves warm up into the second half, have a really strong game plan, and rally into a dominant win. They're 2-0 up in the series, and we're heading to a map that G2 have not played with their new roster.
Yeah, it gets even more complicated from here on out from G2. Let's hear what Josh RT has to say ahead of this next map, which is a doozy.
Smick standing here with Coach Josh RT. You have Sunset ahead of you now in this best of 5. Your backs are against the wall. I could tell from yesterday, Valen was realizing that in real time. Oh man, we have to play Sunset, and it's been a few months. So what was the game plan?
It's honestly just to fight together as a group and surprise them, play team fundamentals, secure our post plants, and I think they're going to overestimate us here. We can probably steal away some rounds, and then you never know what's going to happen.
Absolutely. We certainly saw your fortitude yesterday, so best of luck on the next map.
I mean, I'm curious about Sunset. It's a map that some teams like to bring in a lot of trap plays, right? These, in theory, are setups that require a lot of practice and dry runs. Like, how do G2 play now?
Exactly how Josh RT just said. I think that was the realest, like, between-game interviews I've ever heard, which was, we haven't practiced this map. We are going to focus on the fundamentals. Because the last time this team played Sunset, Leaf was on Duelist, right? It was a different team, and it was the last match, the last real match they played in Kickoff. It was the Sentinels show match.
And that was barely a real game in that one, at least after that first map number 1. These guys, though, they have fantastic team chemistry. Their fundamentals have been on point. But they're up against 100 Thieves, who, despite struggling on this map previously, have had a lot more practice here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I can't wait to see what this agent select is. Oh, and they're going for
The
I'll say
breach
it's
gecko.
the Lev comp, kind of.
Talk me through, what's the rationale for the breach? A lot of teams play the KO here instead with that gecko.
I just think breach gives you a lot of options on whether to trap, take control, do pop plays, so many things that you can do with this comp that not a lot of other comps really have that this one has.
It's setup heavy, though. The breach is a setup heavy comp, no?
But I think you can do a lot of the stuff on the fly as well. This is going to rely on the team synergy, on doing stuff on the fly for G2 to try and rally. If not, 100 Thieves set up for a 3-0 and the win here in our midseason playoffs.
Here it is, the greatest challenge to date for G2. Can 100 Thieves pick up Sunset and close this series out 3-0? Well, we're about to find out. Let's head back to your casters. Doug and Baby are on the mic.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think the question around whether or not they have enough gas will continue to persist, right? As we have this conversation about these two squads, for G2 in particular, 2 opportunities where they've come out with the lead, not able to put it back together. Sunset's a different beast, though.
Playing on a new map, though, might be encouraging for them and snap them out of that, fatigue that they have. They clearly have, right? Because they're letting these leads go away like crazy. But when you play a new map like Sunset, you're also not going to get counter-stratted because you haven't played the map in, how long? Since Kickoff?
Yeah.
With a completely different roster? I guess not completely different, but you know what I mean.
Different enough,
Yeah,
sure.
different enough. So this might be a good thing for the likes of G2. But on the other side, 100 Thieves has a lot of good experience against this specific breach comp, which they took Lev the distance against, right?
There's also a little danger when a team has nothing to lose. When they realize they're down 0-2, what's left to lose? That's when things can get silly. That's when things can get dangerous. And you heard Josh mention it. He thinks they're going to get overestimated. Or underestimated, excuse me. And that very well may be the case.
And if it is, G2 needs to be ready to punish that in that case. Because I could definitely see 100 Thieves treating this as almost like a ranked game. Everyone going for hero plays and etc. But if they are disciplined, then G2 might be in store for something very special.
Again, silence has been the case in many of the rounds that we've seen so far today.
100 Thieves are just ahead, though.
They're all here.
They just know. Boostio just knows how Valen likes to call rotations off a space gained early on.
A pistol, which would be so huge for them to be able to spark some sort of momentum.
This is going to be crazy off the cam. Plant should go down, though, which is a good sign.
Oh, they've gotten that much, but Valen's been spotted. The trip now cleared. See a couple of guns waiting on the other side of the smoke, and Icy trying to keep him back. Trying to get the kill, and he does. They're all going to continue to fight. Look at him pushing forward, trying to get EU done. And they do. But now, they've been turned upon. Oh, Icy gets 3. A perfect pistol for G2.
Icy looks like a whole nother player right now.
But
he's been so good all day.
He really has. He's been good all series. He's been good the last couple of weeks. I think you're absolutely right. I know it's early, but they've got to find a way to keep this momentum going, though. Because, again, they start great every single match.
They have to close it out.
And the pistol's a big step towards that.
It's now the other teammates of Icy that need to step up in this moment if they want to come back in this best of 5.
They got to get through this as cleanly as they can, too.
They're so scared to run through. So much respect being shown.
Yeah, Asuna avoiding the punish there, the fault line, the utility, but he manages to get the orb and get away somehow. A little bit of damage dealt, but stays alive. That's a big kill, going the way of the defense, but
Boostio just ran Leaf down, Doug.
4 more still to be found. Bang with a paranoia at the ready. Waiting for the right moment to strike, but wants to cue Boostio on the flank, on the swing. Valen falls. This would be heartbreak.
Spike down B.
I mean, they didn't even really get a chance to get momentum going. A thrifty response for 100 Thieves.
Heartbreak is nice words, Doug. This is just pain. Getting ecoed on Sunset Attack. That's rough. All from Boostio, just running out mid. Look at that stat. Their last BO5 win was against the guard at LCQ. Wow. That's some lore. That's some deep lore.
Yeah, the rosters were a little bit different, but the one who's been more constant has been Valen in both of those. Perhaps feeling a little bit of deja vu.
It's another hard read from 100 Thieves. They're already leaning over towards this A side of the map, but they are worried about mid here. This is a key difference. This is all off of...
He saw one other cross as well.
Jeez.
Satchel just a threat, but the drone from EU is perfect. Confirming that there's nobody who's funneling out. They can continue to stay back. Now the fault line up, Cryo tag, Boostio continues to frag. Nothing but a whimper coming out of these pistols. G2 unable to do what 100 Thieves did in the previous round.
Very clean. Everyone was positioned very well for that actual hit once it came through. And Boostio, no signs of slowing down right now. He's really taking a lot of first engagements. This is what made him a champion last year. It was taking all these first bloods on that Sentinel role. He was getting punished quite a bit early on in the stage, but he's got his swagger back, man.
Yeah, this feels like Tokyo form. This feels like LA form. And it's working for 100 Thieves quite nicely. Again, taking an early peek in B main. Looking for a fight right off the bat. The guy's a menace.
And 100 Thieves have been conditioning this smoke in the B main area. It kind of forces G2 to have to use utility to clear it, and that's info gathered for them. So they're able to paint a picture of how G2 is rotating around the map based off of their own utility.
I mean, you even saw the pings on the minimap just now in B main.
Yep.
Because of that smoke, there could be somebody who's cross, there could be someone who's playing, you know, in a number of different places in B main. I also think they did a really good job of applying pressure B main at the very beginning and then doing the same so at A main.
Yeah.
Asuna has been here the whole time.
And he was able to farm that orb after taking an aggro peek. When he didn't see anybody deep behind that trip, he grabbed the orb for free. And now, his intuition, understanding that there might be a walk-in, allows him to reposition on site. And at the same time, Cryo takes the head off of Jonah in mid. That's the breach dead.
Tried finding a little bit of room off of the fault line too. That certainly will help. Asuna not able to find any success.
EU stuck in a corner here.
He's tagged up. Trent is so weak though, but the timing is perfect. He finds lethality. Cryo in the smoke, up and close and personal with Icy.
What's that from Icy?
He got his kill, but it was traded right back. Bang, a 1v2. Trent 8 HP. Smokes traded. The swing out, spam not connecting. Plenty of time to play this through. No utility to his name though. Oh, nice shots from Trent. 3 on the round for him as we're tied at 2 apiece.
I got scared for a second when Icy jumped the gun before that Thrash was actually able to make a connection onto that CT area. I thought for a second it was going to go south, but great trades. That kill from Trent was so big.
Yeah,
he had 10 HP or 8 HP.
He had a huge round.
And he's been quiet all series long, by the way. He's been struggling. I mean, in the intermission between maps, we had the pleasure of seeing the chat. Busio had some not so kind words to say to him as well.
This is not a kind start for G2. Or from G2, excuse me. The fault line that... What? But it doesn't connect. Valen does, though. Now Bang playing up close and personal in the smoke. In their faces. Now taking a step back. Cryo's taking so much space mid. And Bustio's doing a bit of the same A. They're so aggressive. They're so active on this defensive side. Oh, Bustio's about to be overwhelmed. And bit off a bit too much. More than he could chew, but now Cryo looking to strike where he could not. Thinks it through. Takes a step back. This 2v4 here is winnable.
Icy's so deep in spawn here.
Cryo's the one who has to stay alive. He's the one with ult. If they want a shot at this, the thrash will be important.
Stop.
Spike planted.
Bang only finding one. Now Cryo on the hunt. Spike is planted. He's going to have to deal with not just that, but the 3 members that wait. A shot onto the first. And the bullets drew a picture around him.
A nice change of pace from G2 there in that round. The insta-stun B main with satchels to punish anybody that was up close. Denying that space, denying that smoke to get value. It's a very good adaptation from Valen.
And again, this is space that they've been getting for free at the beginning of every round. That smoke that you mentioned, they just disrespected, decide to play ahead of it. And it nets them a success, it nets them around.
That being said, 100 Thieves do have 4 ults available. Coming up on a 5th. Another early B main take here for G2.
Yeah, just not willing to give that space up for free anymore. Deciding they have to fight for something. They can't just continue to get pushed in on either side.
It's been a good comeback into the half from G2. I mean, for a second there, I thought this was going to be another landslide. But they're right back into it. And this time with a B fake.
They're really selling this fake. Oh no, early.
Down A.
Cryo can do so much here.
I have to cancel now.
Yeah, they invested so much into that. But the kills being traded on the other side of the map slows things down.
This is where G2 crumble. This is where they fall apart. When everything goes dead quiet, when they get thwarted off of the game plan that they wanted to do. When it gets scrappy.
And they're starved for information. How do they respond? It seems like 100 Thieves are the ones who are a little panicky here. An early paranoia, guns. Oh my gosh! Disaster once more. And who else but Bang?
It's these moments where it's just dead quiet across the board. That 100 Thieves just get fueled. And they make plays like this. He TP's back into the door smoke. And does this.
4 bullets, found 3 kills.
That's freaky. His hands are on fire. He had to shake off all that.
Unreal. And they continue to try to fight for this B main space. Rocket invested and 2 kills found. And here's where things slow down once more. Bang, it's a Vandal. They'll trade you on that.
It's like a playground for him right now. TPing around everywhere.
Only one spotted, but they've got to understand here's where the pressure lies. And with 3 members here, this is where 100 Thieves thrive, but it's a 1-for-1. Lead from Valen with much to do about it. When you're outnumbered, this doesn't really add up your way. Valen, 51 HP, and Bustio gets the clutch. The 1v1 goes the way of 100 Thieves.
This has got to be so frustrating for G2, especially Valen. You lose a crazy round with Bang getting 3 Deagle headshots in a smoke. And then right after that, you get collat rocketed by Asuna.
Then even through all of that, they get down to a 1v1, and that doesn't go their way either.
Against the counter IGL. And you already know my man's Boostio is probably standing up, pointing at him.
Smoke ahead of it, but the paranoia this time is good. Asuna still not able to get ahead of it.
Good punish.
They just want to fight for this space. Bang, again, a play looking to be made. And a kill found, but at what cost?
But here we go again. When everything freezes up, noise is cut. 100 Thieves in these scenarios just become superheroes.
G2 can't afford to lose a situation like this again.
They're just so scared to throw away another round. No one's even moved at all. It might just work out for them in their favor.
They're both here. If G2 go forward, the potential for disaster. That was a risky ult. Both hatch traded.
It's a battle in mid.
Both positions given away. Cryo has to take a step back. They're going to swing into this. They're going to swing into it, but it falls down to 1v1 again.
Spike down mid.
Icy with 20 HP. The rookie who's going to have to be the one to save the round. Desperate for any sort of momentum, desperate for any sign of success. But against Boostio, a world champion. 13 seconds left. Icy still a bit away from the play. Now satcheling forward, and we'll get the spike down. That's only half the job, though.
Spike planted.
The hard part is yet to come. Boostio creeping forward.
No way.
It's another advantage going the way of 100 Thieves.
He insta him. And another round. Where when silence is cut,
No more charges
when
left.
nobody makes noise, 100 Thieves come out on top.
They're usually distracted once I reveal them. Make sure you take advantage.
Valorant players everywhere, their hearts are aching for what's going on with G2 right now in these moments. They have the advantage, but they cannot close it out. This is a great moment for a timeout from the side of G2.
We've played 8 rounds, and it feels like G2 have thrown away 3 of them.
Yeah.
The Thrifty round 2, the second Thrifty with Bang's 1v3, and now that. Maybe not as big of an advantage, but an advantage nonetheless.
It's just a tough ask right now for G2 to dig deep and make the right decision in those moments. When they're up numbers, when noise is cut. You can see it.
Quicksand. That's got to be what
Where did it all go wrong?
That's got to be what that feels like, quicksand.
Yeah.
When things are going right, when you're getting advantages, and then you're almost waiting for the shoe to drop. And all of a sudden, the situation out of your control, out of reach. They need a win here. They need to win desperately.
They have good ults to do so. This is the moment that they can start a potential snowball. EU does have the Hunter's Fury though, and it looks like he's gonna throw a lineup dart that lands outside of B. Fast A default on the side of G2, switching things up. No need for EU to jump the gun on that Hunter's Fury after that A util. So he will have it for the actual commit here.
G2 have found a timing. They've found some space mid. 100 Thieves
perfect.
normally have someone watching it, but they found the window, and they're gonna punish.
Valen. The man who looked defeated. He's rising from the dead.
A 2v5,
Spike planted.
and this one feels out of reach. This one feels impossible. And they've got to deal with the ults. They've got to deal with the numbers disadvantage. They've got to deal with the fact that the spike is down. And honestly, for as chaotic as things have been, but as much as they've gone the way the 100 Thieves, they've won 3 rounds in a row, but they've got to save these weapons.
Nice round, nice timing in mid, just like you said.
It was massive. And again, they've had somebody watching mid every round. But there was just a, 2-second window that they were able to strike into, and they hit it. They hit it perfectly.
It's all because of that A pressure too. It was so convincing to 100 Thieves that was going to be a full A hit. And it makes sense, right? You've stolen how many rounds away from G2? It makes sense to think maybe they're just frustrated and 5-manning it. But the poise from Valen, I know we got to see that shot of him with his hands in his head.
I killed them.
I think he brought it back with that round. Still a really big uphill battle that they have to go through. And they're going to be tested.
Big plays from the leader. What else do they have here? Valen has his. You mentioned the Hunter's Fury from EU in the previous round. Still in play.
Same B main type of play here. There it is. No connections this time, but that will be info and B main space gathered.
Oh, he did tag one. So a little bit of damage done. Bang with much to do here. He's not understanding that Leaf had already made the cross. Asuna taking a step back, trying to run away, and will. Live to fight another day, but how is Leaf behind enemy lines?
These are some vicious timings.
They've got to know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they understand. They're paranoid, and they somehow managed to cross right by each other and stay alive.
That was insane, Doug.
The thrash from a distance. And they're going to spot one. Leaf not getting tagged, though. Now pushing forward a little bit more. As the spam goes through, the bullets connect. Leaf falls. Asuna on the prowl as he gets another. The nade will be good. And Cryo will too. Jonapi falls as Asuna gets 3.
Leaf was on an island that entire round. Where was the help? Where are the players coming out of B main? I know they got delayed by certain utility and they didn't have smokes. But at some point, you have to fight together and help your teammate out. 100 Thieves are just more proactive in these moments when noise is cut. That's what's giving them the edge. It feels like G2 are trying to play not to lose, and 100 Thieves are here to win.
Even the moment at the end there where they were fighting on site was really set up by the fact that Asuna stayed alive. Him being able to wrap around Leaf, never get spotted, never get tagged, allowed him to activate later. They found some space, but it was not enough. 100 Thieves back up to 2 on the lead, and Icy falling right off the bat.
It's crumbling right now.
Again, a little bit more aggressive space taken from Valen. He was in spawn, but EU was wise to it. That felt forced. So now when decision arises once more. You didn't find any success aggressively A at the beginning with Icy. You didn't with Valen TPing back into spawn. Where do you go from here?
I don't know. And it almost feels like G2 are just checked out right now. No one was there to help Icy on that default A. Nobody, no set of utility lane at all.
EU's gonna get all 3, isn't he? Spot. Oh! Doesn't even get 1.
What an answer from Trent, but are they gonna clear Asuna here?
Asuna's weak. It's Asuna who gets all 3. 4 on the round for him off of the dizzy. And 100 Thieves get to 7.
Last round in the half.
That was such a sick timing from Cryo to set up Asuna. And that puts him on another rocket going into the last round of the half.
Can I get a drop? Thanks.
100 Thieves ever closer to putting this thing away in a sweep. G2 have looked good. They've looked incredible. But it seems like they're falling short in the 11th hour.
And again, what's at stake? First seed, you get to pick a team that you want to play in Shanghai.
Hang on here, we can't think about that right now. The paranoia is so good! And the rocket! It's so decisive, it's so destructive! Just when it feels like they may have had something, 100 Thieves strike, and the timing could not have been better. An 8-4 half. What a disaster.
Switching sides.
What a performance from Hunter Thieves, though, today.
6 of the last 7 rounds going the way of 100 Thieves, and this strike was perfect. I mean, it was unbelievable. The paranoia was set up, the satchel forward from Asuna with his ult. There was nowhere for them to go. No corner was safe. No space allotted to them. We're going to throw it down to the analysts who are actually standing by behind me once more to break down that first half.
Thank you very much, Doug. We are, in fact, down here in the right arena. Can I get an energy check from people right now? Much improved. 100 Thieves looking absolutely dominant here, though. I mean, they get the map they wanted. G2, we knew they'd be kind of winging it, Christy.
100 Thieves are playing so opportunistic right now. Like Asuna, that little 1-2 piece with the Dizzy coming over, re-swinging into lines. I feel like it's not even macro strategy they're dominating with. It's those moments that they're always looking for and always punishing G2 on.
But that's what's defined their stage, right? 100 Thieves stepping up in these individual moments. They were a team that it felt like was lacking confidence so much last year. Busio joined, and it is just re-instilled this team. Asuna, Bang, these players who have been with this squad for so long are hitting their peak at the perfect time, and they're on the precipice of winning this series.
100 Thieves, they picked up the brain trust from EG with Zix and Busio coming in. It's looked so good now. And now Busio has a chance to lift his first ever domestic title, just a few rounds away from doing that.
It's funny, Busio said, I've won a world championship, but that first win with 100 Thieves, proving everyone wrong, felt as good, if not better than that. So this means a lot to him.
He keeps saying how different it feels to win with this team, and for that other new addition, EU, against the guys who faced him on the stage in Ascension, who he lost to there. Now in a Tier 1 final, he has a chance to beat them.
Well, we still have another half of Sunset yet to play. 100 Thieves, we know, comfortable on this map. G2 have got to put some stuff together. Can this G2 squad hang on? Any G2 fans in the building? Can they make it back?
They're there.
All right, you've heard it here from the floor, everybody. Let's head back to our casters for the second half of Sunset.
Thanks so much, Mitch. I think a desperate need for anything, any sort of success for G2, because 100 Thieves ran away with it the first map, ran away with it the second map, and now on Sunset, a bit of the same. The timeline tells the story. 100 Thieves now on the attacking side, and Dre, it seems like it's a lean towards B, and there's not a ton of presence here from the defense.
Yeah, and I think they're trying to figure out where this breach is, much like they approached the last series they played against Leviathan, which went the distance.
Oh, that's a lot of info there from Leaf.
There's that breach done. This opens up a window of opportunity for 100 Thieves to actually commit to this B hit. That being said, there's so many players of G2 primed and ready to flood out. How coordinated will this retake be?
The pivotal pistol desperately needed to go on the way of G2, and Asuna continues to farm, incapable of doing wrong. Valen again, the captain left alone, unable to find any footing. Another round the way of 100 Thieves, another pistol, another step closer to a sweep.
Asuna getting so much value, even when he's flashed. We saw it from the start of the series on Bind. Everyone from 100 Thieves right now, their intuition is on point. Look at that. I mean, yeah, it's RNG, but he did it at the perfect timing. And he also has players like Busio fighting with him from the right side of sight.
No real purchase on the side of the defense. Valen already tagged up. The round has just started. Nothing but a sliver of health now, as Asuna tries to get a little stylish with it.
Full steam ahead is 100 Thieves, running it down B once more.
Barring some miracle, it really feels like G2 are on their last leg here.
No timing is going the way of G2 right now.
I mean, not a single one.
All signs lead for 100 Thieves taking this. And already, the Thrash is online.
The half just started.
He doesn't even need these kills.
One enemy remaining.
I mean, it was sloppy. They dropped a couple of weapons, but
right here.
You're right. Cryo having his ult online already kind of makes up for the weapons they may have lost.
It's insane. Normally you get it in the middle of this round, right? You grab an orb and now you have the Thrash. For him to have Thrash going in to the anti-eco is absurd.
And much like the way things have looked for 100 Thieves compared to G2, Cryo a step ahead of schedule. You're right, he should be getting it in this round, maybe in the next, but has it online going into this is insane. And so G2 call a timeout, potentially their last of the day. They have guns, they have armor. Maybe they'll find a way to put something together here, but 100 Thieves just look unstoppable right now.
They're playing at a different level.
Yep.
All stage long, they've slowly graduated to this killer of a team.
And they're reaching the apex of that in the grand finals. Just outclassing G2 every step of the way.
Momentum has been such a factor in this meta, especially when it comes down to these pistol rounds, winning the anti-eco convincingly, and then having ults online for the actual gun round of your opposing team. This gives you such a good chance to snowball.
It just feels like the snowball started at halftime of the first map and it hasn't stopped.
Yeah. That's so impressive to do. That's not an easy feat.
Oh yeah, monster on the loose.
And we often talk about best of 5 being marathons. And for good reason, right? Things can change, things get messy. We go 4 maps, 5 maps, but 100 Thieves are trying to make a sprint out of this, and so far they have. 100-yard dash.
It's a fake! Oh my gosh!
Another world-class call from Boostio.
Boostio's in the flow state of calling and getting kills right now.
Hey, the guy can do it all. He's about to get pressed again. Is this the icing on the cake? Oh, immediately overwhelmed. In the face of the flash. Cannot convert. EU dancing around the cage. Deciding to go mobile with it. Getting a little bit of a tag and dancing around. Trent's on the defuse. EU's gonna have to go forward. He's gonna have to go forward now. Only got it to half. Valen, again, outnumbered, outgunned. What a way to close the round.
That defuse was so close both times, but the narrative of this game, this series, it's just 100 Thieves' day. So many things working in their favor.
I mean, that fake tells the whole story of the series, doesn't it? I mean,
Boostio's in the head of Valen rent-free.
He looked lost. G2 looked lost. They bit so hard. What a call.
And again, this has been such an impressive stage for 100 Thieves.
They're drawing out utility at just the right time. They're calling circles around G2. They're winning every single gunfight. The chaotic moments are going their way.
This will be a retake from the likes of G2. How well coordinated can they be in this moment? And as I say that, Boostio decimates Leaf.
They have a couple of rifles here to fight back with, and they're deciding to take a split approach. 2 through attacker spawn, 2 through defender spawn. Intending to divide the attention of 100 Thieves, but they have so many numbers on this, they're happy to do it. And once again, every single kill goes their way, but Icy strikes at just the right time to keep it competitive, to avoid another blowout. Can they convert? Numbers the way of 100 Thieves as Trent dances around. It's gotten to 2s, but it's not enough. And of course, it's Boostio. Who else?
He's so good.
You did good. Match point.
Match point, series point, stage point. The writing's on the walls.
1 enemy remaining.
My ultimate is ready.
100 Thieves showed up a different beast today.
They came making a statement, and that statement is that they're the best team in North America, and it's not even close.
Not today, it wasn't.
Best team in the world!
100 Thieves looking to deal the final death blow. The rocket doesn't connect. Paranoia traded though. And you see G2 filling into the site. The Thrash is very close. It's only going to tag what? Oh my gosh, what a shot from Valen, but I don't think he knows. Bang, got tagged. Cryo takes his head off. He's still alive. Is this how they snatch it back?
There's no way.
A round that shouldn't have gone. The way of G2 currently hangs in the balance. Or should have gone the way of 100 Thieves, excuse me. The spike out of reach now. Leaf re-clearing mid. They're gonna try to get the orb for Bang. Oh no, that was messy. The plan was clear though. Bang was gonna try to get the orb, get his ult, and then be able to do the TP to grab the spike and then be...
Might commit here.
No way. Oh, but Icy's ahead of it. He's got to know the timing won't be in his favor. Oh, he gets out.
Just barely.
That looked messy.
Got a little scary there. Amongst all the scrap at the end in this altercation.
It was ugly. It was ugly.
Smiles across the board from G2. That's a good sign, though.
You've got to give it to him. They're continuing to shoot back. Valen continues to frag. Icy still impressive, but...
I mean, their road to this final was no joke either.
It was treacherous.
Both these teams had such a turnaround. That's why they're here in this moment. They both deserve it just as equally.
Aggression. Out from G2, aggression out from Jonah P. Asuna tries to play his timings right, tries to find some space. A big advantage the way of the defense. Ult's invested, and they're wrapping around them now.
No shot!
Again?
His playground!
A 5v3 to close the series?
Oh, we got a headshot!
10 HP left for Jonah P. Boostio and Cryo in a 2v3. The spike should go down. It's now twos. Again, a reminder, this was a 5v3. Out of the early aggression, it seemed like G2 were going to be able to play another round to live one more life. Cryo falls. Boostio does too. Clean shots out from Leaf.
And you said a team that has nothing to lose can be very, very scary to play against. And right now we're seeing all members of G2 loosen up way more. And they're way more confident in taking these aggressive fights. The only problem is it might be a little too late.
I know exactly.
One enemy remaining.
It's hard to argue otherwise. The greatest comebacks have started with one round though.
Leaf turning up.
Let's go there.
Another 3-2 default from the side of 100 Thieves.
Do you see this setup here?
Yeah.
Leaf has put a cage outside of where he is, so he can hide himself.
Yeah, it's all to hide from the dart.
I mean, this might not end up being a factor.
Yeah, he probably won't use it at this moment, but he gets punished.
But he's able to conceal it, so we'll see if that has another appearance later on in the half, assuming we go that far, and it seems like that will be the case. G2 up big, Cryo falls. EU not along for this world either.
It wasn't pretty, but
they don't have to be.
They close it out. Exactly.
Momentum starting to swing the other way.
Oh, what a shot from Trent. That second kill.
One enemy spike down B.
And just as we start talking about momentum starting to swing, you can tell Zix is wise to it as well. Decides to call a timeout. Just one round away from closing this thing out. From being crowned the mid-season champions.
They're in such a unique spot right now with 5 rounds to work with. They could honestly just stack up a bunch of ults and just blow the entire load on one round if they need be.
You walked into that one.
I knew what I was doing.
They do have such a long runway though, man.
They're feeling the pressure though. Otherwise you would not have seen this timeout come.
Well, this is where, you don't want to let this thing get away from you.
Yeah. get reverse swept, that would be the true heartbreaker. And it's one thing to lose 3-0 in a BO5. It's another thing to lose 3-2 after you are up like this.
We're far way away from that, though. But I think the objective for G2 is just a round at a time. That's how they've gotten to this point. That's how they've started this little mini comeback, and you know, we'll see what comes of it. But
yeah, and you got to keep taking the risks.
Yep.
It's winning you the rounds. If you get punished, oh well. The tournament life on the line. Another aggressive play
from being, those were the risks that you were looking for. Those are the risks that you were calling to see.
We get to see the setup now.
No, Leaf is playing in a different spot, but he's still going to find success. Still getting the kill onto Asuna. Oh, playing his life perfectly. G2 holding the line here. Everyone crumbling. G2 will get their A.
Signs of life. A spark happened within this half for G2. And we're shooting back.
Keep on my wire.
It was pretty.
Trent has been stepping it up huge these last few rounds.
Yeah.
He's been pretty quiet all series long.
4 rounds in a row for the defense to get us to this point. It still demands perfect Valorant, though.
More aggression.
A paranoia, a fault line, satchels out. 100 Thieves.
He walks through this smoke.
100 Thieves with stingers and a sheriff, and Icy falls. Seldom see these end in situations like this, but Leaf positioning around, trying to stay alive, but he's overwhelmed. Somehow, they find themselves 2 kills away in this light buy situation. As soon as the smoke goes down, the nade goes out. Austin is playing his life perfectly, but spotted. The paranoia is great. The kills come through. Balance left alone. He's got to play hero, and he cannot. From first strike to their first title of the partnership era, 100 Thieves are your mid-season champions.
What a run from 100 Thieves. And the teams that they took out to get here as well, it was crazy. And yeah, it was a very convincing 3-0. But you got to put your hats off for G2 as well. They went through a war yesterday.
And it was anything but today. I mean, 100 Thieves just look so dominant. They look so decisive. Again, the macro was perfect. Boosty called circles around G2. The chaos went their way. Those chaotic moments that are coin tosses often 50-50s. All of them went the way of 100 Thieves today. Bang, still a freak.
That smoke play, you literally read my mind. That smoke play was obnoxious. And that wasn't the only one he had.
No, he had multiple ones of those today.
He was TPing around like a maniac.
100 Thieves will board flights towards Shanghai as the #1 seed in Americas.
Surely this deserves business class, Nate Shaw. Surely. Your team's back. They're back, baby. #1 seed for Americas going into Shanghai. They get to pick their opponent. And I cannot wait to see who they choose.
Again, a championship, something that's eluded this team, this organization for so long. First strike, the last time they were there, and now revisiting it once more. We're going to throw it down to Smix at the stage for the Verizon post-match interview.
Riot Games Arena, give it up for your mid-season playoffs champions. It is 100 Thieves. Boosty, I have a little gift for you. And absolutely congratulations. I mean, you're no stranger to becoming a champion. You are a former world champion yourself, but you step into this team. It's a new team, obviously, and you step in as an in-game leader. And now, just a few months into it, you are now a champion of Stage 2. What does this mean for you?
I mean, you know, I kind of felt like a fraud, or could have felt like a fraud if I came here and played bad. So, you know, coming to all new players, and all of them are so incredible, and winning is insane to me because all my teammates lost, and, you know, feels good to be honest. It feels good to win, to be honest.
much as we heard from EU. Congratulations again. And now I get to speak with our head coach, Coach Zix. Zix, you have been coaching for 10 years. 4 years ago, you joined 100 Thieves for another game, League of Legends. But now in September of last year, you become head coach of VALORANT. 8 months later, you are now the mid-season playoffs winners. What does this moment mean?
I mean, it's incredible. I mean, especially with so many fans here, it's just amazing. It's like I can hear them through the comms. You know, we were getting a little close there at the end, but you guys were making sure the support was there, so it feels amazing.
100 Thieves fans always go hard. Congratulations, Zix. Amazing, and we'll look forward to seeing you in Shanghai. And now Bang. Bang, you joined 100 Thieves 2 years ago. There's no question it's been a journey. The last time we saw you in the grand finals was the last chance qualifier all the way back in 2022. It's been a grind to get here, but how much more special is it to not only lift this trophy, not only do it with your team at 100 Thieves, but do so playing out of your mind?
It means everything to me, honestly. I appreciate all the fans that came by for the matches. I appreciate all of you. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you.
And now Cryo. Cryo, you have had so many fans dating back to your days at XSET. We've always known you're a ridiculous player. You joined 100 Thieves at the end of 2022. 2023 was definitely a rough year, but finally this year, with this roster, you are a champion with 100 Thieves. What does it mean to you to finally be able to play together like this, show your ability to the ability that we all knew you had?
It feels amazing. I mean, this group of players, it just feels so special to be able to do what we love every day and to get on this stage in front of so many fans. This win means a lot to me.
It means a lot to the 100 Thieves fans as well. Congratulations, Cryo. And now we get to speak with EU. You know, last year we got to see you in the grand finals, and it was actually going up against these guys right here. Back then, it was these boys that won, and in a weird twist of fate, it almost feels serendipitous that it's them that you take down here in the grand finals. What is going through your head right now?
I mean, I'm sick and tired of playing these guys in the grand finals. I'm not gonna lie. I love all the people at G2. They're all great people. I played them in M80 in the grand finals. I'm playing them here again. Thank God we had the map advantage. Thank God we ended up winning this time, because if we lost to them again, oh, it would have been heartbreaking.
Well, it was anything but heartbreaking today. An amazing 3-0, so congratulations. And last but not least, we have Asuna. Asuna, you are the longest standing member of 100 Thieves. You were part of that OG roster all the way back in 2020 when you won First Strike, that first big event with VALORANT. You have seen this team through everything, through thick and thin, roster changes, coach changes. You're the only guy left, and now you're finally part of this resurgence to seeing 100 Thieves back at that top. What's going through your head?
It feels good. I feel like this year so far has been a pretty big success. Just making Shanghai and winning this event, and we're setting ourselves up really nicely for champs. And I don't know, just after last year, felt like I looked back and it was just pain all the time. But now, hopefully this year I can look back and it'll feel better.
Absolutely. Anything but pain here today. For now, give it up one last time for your mid-season playoffs winners. It is 100 Thieves. And now we are going to head over to the desk for our Master Shanghai draw show.
Welcome to Masters Shanghai. The stakes sky high, the competition fiercer than ever. We are talking top-tier teams from around the globe, clashing in a battle of strategy, skill, and sheer willpower. Remember, these aren't just any teams. These are the best of the best from stage 1. The top 3 finishers from each league, proving themselves in a grueling journey to earn their spot at the second global event of the year. And let's not forget, Masters Shanghai isn't just a battle for glory. It's a crucial step towards the ultimate goal, becoming the 2024 VALORANT World Champion. Let's break down the tournament format. We've got 2 stages of competition, the Swiss stage and the playoffs. In the arena of Masters Shanghai, not all teams face the same starting line. The elite few, the victors of each league stage 1, are awarded for their exceptional performances with a coveted bye, propelling them directly into the playoff stage. The remaining contenders must prove their mettle in the intense and unforgiving Swiss stage. Before the tournament, 8 teams will be drawn into the first 4 Swiss matches. To advance out of Swiss, teams will need to secure 2 victories before they accumulate 2 losses. Each match will be a best-of-3 series. Survive Swiss, and you enter the gauntlet of the playoff stage. It's the top teams from IL competitions meeting the best from the previous stage. Double elimination all the way through the grand final. So here we are, Masters Shanghai, where dreams are made, legends are born, and the path to VALORANT glory is paved. Remember, the teams are here not just to win, but to earn those crucial championship points. Every match win here is a step closer to the grand finale at Champions. Get ready for mind-blowing plays, unexpected upsets, and a tournament that will be etched into VCT history.
Welcome to the Masters Shanghai Draw Show. I'm Victoria, and Ender is here with me to help with today's draw. This is a 12-team tournament with 3 teams coming from each of VCT's 4 regions: Americas, China, EMEA, and Pacific. The number 1 seed from each region received a bye directly into the playoff stage. So the 8 remaining teams, consisting of our number 2 and number 3 seeds, will compete in the Swiss format group stage. Today, we're going to draw those opening matchups. So the next 3 draws are going to happen live on stage at Masters Shanghai. So here are the rules for today's draw show. The number 2 and number 3 seeds have been separated into 2 pools. The number 2 seeds will be drawn first and will play teams from the pool containing the number 3 seeds. No regional matchups are allowed, so if a redraw is needed in one of the first 2 matches, the ball will be returned for the next draw until it's one of the last 2. All right.
Let's do it.
Are we good? All right. So let's jump into the first team for the first match. We are going to have Team Heretics.
All right. Slotting in first here.
All right. So the second team is going to be, we're going to have FPX. And then the third one, we're going to have G2.
There we go.
And the last one, we're going to have Gen G. All right.
It checks out.
Yeah, makes sense. So let's move into their opponents. So the opponent drawn for Team Heretics is gonna be, we will do DRG.
All right.
And then the opponent for FPX is gonna be, we will have Foot. All right, the opponent for G2 is gonna be T1. And then last but not least, the opponent for Gen G, we will have Leviathan.
All right.
Awesome. Well, Masters Shanghai kicks off on May 23rd, and good luck to all of our competitors. We'll see you there.
Thank you very much, Victoria and Ender. We now have our Swiss stage finalised. Joining us here on the post-game desk, of course, Com and Valen coming in after that. It's been a long couple of days for you, man. Great to have you here.
Yeah, I mean, what a long journey for me in this playoff bracket, but I'm glad, even though we didn't win the grand finals, I'm glad to be going to Shanghai. I mean, even in the little intro, like, it looked insane, so I'm excited.
You were very excited with that result there.
Yeah.
You kind of hyped to take on a team like T1?
Yeah, even before the draw, I was like, I want T1.
You get to play your boy.
Yeah, we get to play against Saya. I haven't seen him in a long time, so it's going to be a special moment. for us. I know he wants to beat us just as bad, so it'll be an exciting match.
You were mouthing something. I don't know what it was, though. Like this.
I was saying we only play bangers, and I think us and Jinji is, I would say in the first stage, that is a banger of a matchup, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got Team Heretics versus DRG. We've got FPX versus Foot, G2 versus T1, and Genji versus Leviathan. That is a fantastic way to kick off our group stages.
Yeah, I feel like all those games should be pretty close affairs. Honestly, just getting to see you guys play versus your former teammate from the guard, Saya, is going to be an exciting storyline there. And the Swiss stage is definitely going to be grueling, right? It's redrawn every time. You two could end up playing against each other again if it got into that second or third round. So it's going to be a really cool format. It was already great at Masters Madrid.
Yeah, I think you walked up here like anyone but Lev. I was like, it's okay, you can't play each other straight away. But yeah, you guys have had probably a gutful of each other over the last couple of days, obviously, on the battlefield here. But hey, I mean, look, I just want to zoom out a little bit and look at the strength of our region, because we've had you guys up there, 100 Thieves, all with some insane series. You guys have stepped up incredibly. You guys looked, fantastic. 100 Thieves also, to contrast their start to stage one. How do you kind of feel about Americas as a region?
A lot of people like to say that we're not sending the best representatives, but I think the game has been ever evolving, and a lot of new players or like Ascension players for us are just kind of learning the game. Every year it changes, and to see like players who weren't in VCT before come up and we work so hard to get there. Leviathan has looked dominant the whole entire year, so I think, and 100 Thieves as well. So we are sending, in my opinion, the best representatives there.
Colin?
Yeah, I would say the same. I mean, I think the teams that we're sending are the teams that stepped up to the challenges here. The teams that worked the hardest, really worked on their mistakes. And, at the end of the day, like, I think Americas is one of the strongest regions in the world right now. And, what better place to do it than China?
Yeah. Yeah, and I wanted to say, I think the FPX versus Foot game is so underrated. Foot have been looking incredible. They've also stepped up to the challenge. And, man, CNED is looking back in form. And he's one of those players that you really don't want to play against. Like, his op is so impactful, his rifle as well. And he's been playing so flexible on different agents now. So I think that's also going to be an incredible game.
From each of you, team you want to play the most heading into this tournament. I'll start with you, Con.
I think Paper X for sure. I think I've met them a lot so far in my career.
Yeah, sure have.
And they're the most fun team to play against constantly.
Yeah, I mean, they have Jing again, too. You get that rematch from the Champs final.
Yeah, 100%. I love those guys. I mean, I've been against them so many times. They're great people, everything.
For me, I would say EDG, just because we're going to be in China with their home crowd. And I love those kind of challenges, being in enemy territory, just hearing the energy. I love energy, so being in that crowd is going to be so fun. And on top of that, their performance in-game is ever evolving, so I want to see what they got cooked up.
And here you have it here, of course. The Swiss stage tends to mean that, with each passing round, going into round 2, for example, we will have teams getting eliminated as we advance further and further on. So you have a good start in that Swiss stage. You go sort of, squeaky clean. You will be able to get yourself through. You'll be able to avoid, obviously, having to play that extra round going through here. Obviously, Swiss means you are playing people with the exact same record. So that tends to pitch you against formidable foes right off the bat.
Only playing bangers in that format. How do you feel about the playoff teams getting to pick as teams that are going to be playing through the group stage? Does that add a little bit of excitement at all, knowing that your opponent will want to play you?
Dude, if I get called out for a playoff match, I don't know how much more hype I could be. That would be the most exciting match I've probably ever had, because they chose you specifically that they want to play against.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, that they think they can beat you.
Yeah.
Too. It's got to be a huge motivation.
It's got to be. One thing is that you get a bye directly to the playoffs, and from personal experience, not having that time to kind of get used to the stage and get used to the matches internationally, going straight there could be a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
I know it was for us when we went back in a long time in Reykjavik.
Yep.
Yeah, but with the 100 Thieves, they're a more experienced roster. They've had many international events attended before, so I think they'll be able to kind of stomach that.
Yeah, I would say that for sure. I mean, the first round buys, as you said, are double-edged sword. And every time I've seen a team do progressively well in a tournament, it's usually because they came from the hardest road and they're the most battle-tested.
Like the lower bracket, you'd say, with the map advantage against you.
Map advantage.
I mean, it's
tough.
That is brutal, right? I've got to say, to quickly hop on that, you guys managed to put some stuff together really well. You even saw a breach comp on, on Sunset. Yeah. You guys kind of threw it together.
Did you spend any time on that, like, you know, overnight? Was there just any opportunity for that, or just
no? We ended our game at like 8 p.m. because of like long tech pause, and it was like overtimes all 5 maps basically.
You just had to just leave it.
Yeah,
right?
we literally went into it. We're like, all right, guys, this is our pick. Like we were trolling. We're like, all right, guys, Sunset's our pick. Let's go. Just pick Breach Gecko. Just run around, do our thing. Didn't work out. Yeah, we just didn't really have much time to prep after our long game yesterday.
So what do the next couple of days look like for you guys? Because you're probably getting out of here in a few days, right? So the Masters is looming. What's the plan? Have you got some rest sort of set up? Are you back to the grindstone? Like, what's the approach?
I think it's back to the grind, maybe like a day off, just because we've had like 4 or 5 matches in a row now.
Yeah.
But losing in the grand finals, at least for me, gives me that extra motivation to continue trying my best in practice, and I want to get right back to it. As cliche as that sounds, like truly, I want to show a dominant G2 in Shanghai, so not much break. We're just going to keep pushing on the gas.
What about you guys?
I would say the same for me. Like, this was probably my one day off, honestly. And I'm going straight back to practice, you know, getting the grind on. And obviously, like, as soon as we get to Shanghai, I'm excited to play, like, Chinese ranked and everything, man.
Yeah.
It's such a sick experience, honestly.
I mean, both of you guys have been to international events before. Outside of just getting to play against international competition and having that opportunity, what are you excited for about going to Shanghai, going to China? Have either of you been before?
I have not.
Nope.
I would say I don't really know particularly what I'm excited for, but I love traveling, especially doing what I love, being able to go to different countries and compete. It's such like a warm feeling inside. It kind of makes like all the hard work pay off, that you can go compete internationally on the biggest stage. I'll be sure to try, like, you know, all the different foods there and try to see the scenery, but yeah, everything's gonna be sick.
Yeah, I would say just like it's an out-of-body experience, like just so many different fans from different nationalities, everything, just together in one spot to enjoy the same thing. That's your passion. I think that's something that's like just unreal, and experiencing it last year in Tokyo as well was, I don't have any words for it.
Yeah, and it'll be the first global event where we get to see the Chinese fans come out. It's going to be the biggest arena for VALORANT ever. So obviously some motivation to make the playoff for you guys.
Mercedes-Benz Arena, I heard it was 18,000 people seating.
Yeah.
And I know that's selling out in China for sure. So.
You had best believe it.
Yeah.
I hope you're ready for the run back of that experience. My goodness. Guys, thanks so much for your time. It's been great to hear some of your thoughts as well, especially you've just come off on stage, so appreciate you coming on. But we have an incredible lineup of 12 of the world's best teams, and our opening matchups are now locked in, and you'll only have to wait 11 days. Masters Shanghai kicks off May 23rd with our Swiss group stage. Thank you guys again for coming on the desk. Thank you all at home for watching. We'll see you in Shanghai and then back here at Americas for stage 2. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Everyone, and welcome to day uno of VCT Americas, coming at you live from the Riot Games Arena in Los Angeles, California. In our first matchup, we're going to have C9 take on Leviathan.
Los con los ojos irritados pensamos que le va a picar, sabía que estaba recargando. Nadie está para intentar intercambiar y sigue en la misma esquina. 3 eliminaciones, 2 para la cuarta. ¡Que pone ambas! ¡Por el amor de Dios! ¡Es el ace por parte de ambas!
And now Zeppa has to try to win a 2v1. There's that first. Good play the time. Comes across on the left side. Aspas pushing forward. Zeppa gets the 4K and a Red Bull clutch.
It's going to be El Clásico, the VALORANT El Clásico. You got NRG versus Loud.
Já foi avistado. Vai levar o Cypher desarmando. Não vai dar tempo. Não fez metade. Less de novo. Vai que é duelist.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Vintage Marv, 3 on the round.
Goes on to win like a 2v4. Goes on to... It's a great... Now that's cinema right there. That truly is. That's real cinema.
Everybody's just spraying across. Still being quite annoying with these doors. Nature finally gets the pick. A second one. Nature. A third. And he gets the ace. Both of them pinned towards the back of the side. There's that first lane. Second shot coming through. John Cutie and a performance! Laying down the wall. John Cutie stays around for seconds.
A 3 elementos de Sentinel se lleva el número 27, 28 en camino.
Aspas, 47 and 19. 7 first bloods on the game.
Esta puede doler. Ay, 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 la furia del cazador sobre la derecha. ¡Qué lindo lo de Cap con 3 eliminaciones!
Sort of recover themselves and maybe into a twitch. What is he doing?
This this is a team that has been the same for so long and is now, after only playing a few matches, making a big change.
To disengage and away, fading through lockdown, needs to be broken, and I see
G2 proving that they can hang with some of these top teams.
They'll never let me tell you the truth, but I swear to you, I swear, believe me!
Acaba acertando um tiro ao acaso ali pra cima do Les. Vem o Sadak, bom trabalho. Sobra somente ele contra dois agora, boa bala. Olha o Sadak jogando. Sadak de novo!
So obviously, a convincing win against Sentinels and...
Hey, bro, hey. Get out. I'm sorry. Versus 2. In the post plant. Time is short, but MIVR can play with his... Oh, my goodness.
My guy's oh, he's doing the jumping jacks. He's doing the jump jacks, whatever. Look at me. Do I look like I work out, maybe?
Ya se queda un punto de vida Quick. Termina consiguiendo una baja importantísima. Shai también en contra. El intercambio son 2 en contra de 2. Y Shai que pone. Y la tercera también, por supuesto.
Artes em 4 kills. Vai buscar o Ace.
Put your hands in the box and guess what's in the box. Yes.
Oh, it's moved.
I mean, you got it. And a lot of space and a lot of time to play this out. They can slow this down, but not wanting to. And Oxy tees off.
Jorgamo with the bucket in his hand. He's even dodged the flash. APM off the bloody charts from this guy. With the firing line. Making sure that nobody can really take it. Adjustments. Round and away. Jorgamo. Goodness me, man. What is that finish?
So this is what I would do as Baby. I am Baby. So my first tip is...
Wait a minute! What is that picture?
Buy a gold chain, get a little scruff, get some nice earrings, and then touch some grass and get some sun.
Yo, what happened to that, Baby Bay?
Hey, man, we don't need to talk about those times, all right?
He's been so valuable for this squad, and he continues to tee off as he gets a second. Cryo with the third.
You are the best player in the world.
Baby.
Matt, you are the best player in the world.
And Brent is in absolute shambles, going all in on Loud, and we just decided to murder him. So there you go. He's dead.
Just hunting for a chance. A double face 3-2-1. Snappy from the IGL. Valin, a bullet's left. Oh my God. A ticket inside. Around the world they go. Straight to Shanghai.
King just picked off Lucio. Difficult now. 12 bullets left in the chamber. Decides to use the showstopper. It lands on the Tex. 21 HP left against Alphonse. Lands it! Moves in for the defuse! And Bucio cannot believe his eyes! The Thieves are crossing the waters to Shanghai!
If they can pull this off, if they can land the shot, Shy almost caught. 19 HP. A switch to the weapon. That's lighter. In theory, oh my gosh! Mazzino will fall. Oh, wait. Spots is going to try to do it on his own. Gun advantage, health advantage. And of course he falls. The mind game's being played and the shots come through for Aspas. Leviathan are headed to Shanghai.
The deft hand still takes is there. Reset of the aim. 1v1. Another map stolen away. Where's this plan even going for? He can stick this one again. Trent half onto it. What's the nice? This one. Now this one broken. Sticking. Another one. Stolen from the Grexity's players. So they earn that spot in the grand finals.
It's 100 Thieves versus G2 Esports. The mid-season playoffs grand finals starts right now.
He's gonna have to do it on his own. That's big. Now, crushed to find. Other bang gets 4. Fallon feeling some of the pressure. They swing into him. He gets 3 on the round. He gets all 4. Bustio's just snuck in here. This is the strike that he finds. Bustio's value there is insane. Is there gonna be enough time?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
0.04. Are they gonna clear Asuna here?
Asuna's weak. It's Asuna who gets all 3. 4 on the round for him. He's got to play hero, and he cannot. From first strike to their first title of the partnership era, 100 Thieves are your mid-season champions.
What a run from 100 Thieves.
into the ring. Step into the ring. Step into the ring.